You know that self-care is good for you, but the question is, how do you plan for self-care? Like, how can you incorporate self-care into your everyday activities so that you can really enjoy this whole concept of self-care? For best advice from moms who want to find their identity or their purpose or their passion, subscribe to my channel where I release new videos every Thursday to help you achieve that. And don't forget to click the bell button for notification. I mean, self-care is a rave at the moment. Self-care this, self-care that. But the truth is, most people don't actually know how to plan for it. I mean, literally create a routine or even prioritize your self-care so that you can actually show up for that self-care. And in this video, I would show you how you can achieve that. Plus, you can also download the Mom Leader Self-Care Plan checklist. And that plan is literally going to show you how you can create your own self-care plan, which you can use in your daily life. So let's get to it. Now, there are two things you need to know before you even start the plan. And that is, self-care has the do's and the don'ts. And these are my do's. The first one is this. When you think about the do's, you do need self-care in the morning. First thing in the morning, something that's going to get you up, get you going, get you out of bed, and make you start your day right. You need to think about self-care in the morning. Now, secondly, during the day, you need self-care in terms of something that's going to help you stay motivated to keep you going throughout the day. So you need to think about that. And lastly, for the times of the day, is you need to think about ways you can unwind so that you would enjoy your sleep. And don't forget, you always need to be present and find a way to be accountable. Now, let's go to the don'ts of self-care. Now, you need to know these things before you start your plan. The first thing about the don'ts of self-care is that you need to debunk the idea that self-care has to be something that you have to do over a long period of time. No, you don't have to do that. 5 to 10 minutes every day and you're good to go in the area of self-care. Now, the second thing about the don'ts is it doesn't have to be expensive. It can actually be free or something you have at home. You don't have to think of something so luxurious and out there. And this is something I really talked about in my previous video about self-care not being selfish. Now, the third thing you need to think about that you shouldn't be doing before you create your plan is that you need to think of something you love. Now, I get this most times because the first thing we think about is when we think about self-care, we just go out there and do what we think is self-care as opposed to what we love doing. Because at the end of the day, if you pick something you don't love doing, then it's no longer self-care because you don't love it and you're probably stressed out or you're not even happy being there. So that's a don't for self-care. And then another thing is, you don't think that you don't have to schedule. You do really need to schedule, like literally plan for it. You know how you plan for the other activities? Yes, you need to plan for it. And the last thing is, you have to be flexible. So today, you don't have time for X, you should be flexible enough to do Y. That's just the thing. Okay, now let's go straight into how to create your own self-care plan. And it's super, super simple. The first one is this. You need to make a list of the things that you love doing. Remember, I told you this is one of the do's. You need to create a long, endless list of all the things that you love doing. That's the first step of it. Very important step. Now, when you're done with the list, the next thing is you need to think of areas where you think you need self-care. Now, this one is also a very important step. And why am I saying this? Most times when we think about self-care, the only thing we think about is our emotional state being or our social. But sometimes we need self-care in the area of our finances, in our spiritual life, or in our family life, or even in our outward appearances. So you need to identify the areas in your life where you need self-care. And don't worry, you can always download my Mom Leader Self-Care Plan checklist, which kind of shows you the different areas in your life where you can, concentrate on when it comes to self-care. So don't worry too much. And then next step you do is to actually draw a plan. Literally, you need to create a plan for yourself and you need to get to it. And the truth is, you need to think of what works for you. Now, for some people, they like, they're old school, they like writing things down. And for some people, they're good with apps or they're just great with their phone. Whatever works for you, you know how you plan for the kids. That's exactly how you're going to plan for your self-care every day. Yes, every single day. You need to incorporate that. And the last step is you need to find out what would stop you from showing up for your self-care. And I would say that with my experience working with so many moms, I realized that what really stops us is ding, ding, ding. Yes, you are the one that's going to stop yourself. So once you tell yourself that you deserve this and you're worthy of this, it will be super easy for you to stay on track. And the good thing is, if you agree, please comment yes, 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 yes in the comment below. Now there you have it. That's how you can create your own self-care plan, which you can use and which will help you to stick to you showing up for yourself every single time. Now, if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, to share, comment, click the bell button for notification, and subscribe. And also, please do share this with other mom friends just like you out there, so that every mom out there would actually enjoy self-care and live a better life and have better relationships. That would be so awesome. And my next video, if you stay tuned, is I'm going to be showing you 10 self-care ideas